Hello there, it's Dr. Andrea Pennington. I am your personal mentor in this real self-love movement. And I wonder, have you ever noticed how you could attend an inspiring workshop or read a really deep personal development book and get amped up by a motivational speech where you feel good, almost invincible? I mean, it's a great feeling, right? It's like getting a mini high where you feel like you can finally go after your dreams, but then doubt sets in, and maybe you even lose your ambition. Or maybe you talk yourself out of your hyped up mood, saying, it was just temporary. Or maybe you even start to think, who am I to be so bold? I can't do that. I mean, I don't deserve real happiness. Have you ever done that? Well, I have been there many times over. If you've ever had a glimpse of yourself living a happier life, or ever sensed that you could or should do more and be more in life, and somehow you ended up sabotaging yourself or downplaying the need to even make that change, or giving in to the negative voices around you or within you, I want you to know you're not alone. Low self-confidence and a fear for going after our dreams is what holds many people back. And they're actually pretty normal things, and they can actually be expected. Does that surprise you? You see, there's actually an aspect to our basic human nature that makes us play small, that even tricks us into shrinking instead of rising to the challenge and breaking away from our small lives. It's called conformity. Now, we humans have a tendency to mold ourselves and conform to fit in. We're programmed to strive to fit into the images that are pushed on us from the outside or the ones that we construct on the inside. But have you ever wondered why it is that the dreams, visions, and goals that we make up inside of our own minds become so flimsy so easily? Like, why do we lose our mojo and give up? Why do we feel so unworthy of success or love such that we end up retreating into this little tiny box that we dare not crawl out of? Again, it's the lure and the trap of conformity. We conform so that we can feel safe. And the easiest, most accessible image is usually the one that we try to live into. The self-image that has the lowest risk or is the most familiar. So what image are you conforming to? For the last 20 years, I have focused my professional life on digging deep into the human psyche and exploring consciousness and spirituality to determine what enables us to live with vitality, joy, and purpose. And I've discovered that we must form a secure image of ourselves and then make our lives line up with it. But most of us have it backwards. We have lined up our lives with the puny, insignificant, and unhappy images inside of us. Now, did you ever have an authority figure tell you that maybe you were dumb or clumsy, undeserving, or just not even worth listening to? Were you ever bullied so much that you started to believe and even conform to that weakling label that was given to you? Well, think about it. If you wanted to break free, and if you wanted to finally live a bold life in a new city or country, or rock a new wardrobe, or start a new career, or even if you ever really wanted to open yourself up to true love, you would have to risk being rejected, risk failure, risk leaving your family, your surroundings, or your source of income. So unless you had a parent, caretaker, or coach who taught you that it was safe to be original, the fear of stepping out of the box is real. And if you've ever tried to do something big and bold but got laughed at, or you felt ashamed because of the mistakes that you made, or you had a lack of self-confidence, that totally seems appropriate. And so you shrink. You shrink back and fit back into the tiny little cubbyhole of a mediocre life. Now, since our earliest days on the planet, our ancestors felt a desire and a dire need to fit in and to be accepted by our family and our tribe. And many of us found that our natural inclination to dreaming and exploring somehow got squashed. And then we took on the false belief that our dreams were not realistic, that maybe we were silly, or that there was a better way to be safe and happy. Now, unfortunately, the programming will often leave us full of self-doubt, or worse, guilt, thinking that we should be, do, or have anything that's outside of the boring confines of society and what they told us what we should want. Now, as an impressionable little human, we're trained by others, we're molded by our own experiences, and we're influenced by the media. So it's no wonder that we end up not trusting our own inner guidance, our intuition, and our true desires. I mean, we basically already assumed that we're doomed to fail. So I've been inspired by amazing dreams in my life, visions and huge goals that had me so pumped up and excited that I drew up elaborate plans that I could, but I felt like I could really actually accomplish them. But something made me doubt myself. And then looking around and comparing myself to other people, that's what made me question and second guess myself. And sometimes I even sat on those plans and those dreams for years, not taking any action. Well, the truth is that the dreams and the plans that you and I have, and what we could be manifesting into reality, even the crazy ones, if we are brave enough to trust our gut and break free from conformity, we could do it. And I found a way out, and that's really what I'd like to share with you. There is a way out of the box. Now, what we all need, I believe, is a more supportive environment where we can get back in touch with our original, playful, inquisitive nature. We need to give ourselves permission and time to reconnect with our authentic self, the version of ourself that yearns to be expressed in life. We may even need a new circle of friends and a new family that will accept us for who we are without trying to change us, shame us, or make us feel wrong just because we're different. We need a new experiential system that will help us install and embody the learning that we glean from books and retreats and teachers. We need a way to help move our understanding from the head to the heart to the body and the brain so that we can deepen and enhance our experience of the real self, and then we can live authentically. So that's precisely what worked for me to leave decades of depression behind me. And that's exactly what allowed me to learn and love who I really am. And that's what I'm offering to you today. You are invited to join the Real Self-Love movement so that you too can step into a new expression of your life, embrace your talents and gifts, and share them with the world with a sense of meaning, purpose, and joy. You're no longer alone. Now is your time to live boldly as your authentic self. Your dreams and desires for living an epic life can start to come true for you. As I shared in my first TEDx, the first key is really to wake up and realize who you really are. You are an infinite divine being full of potential to have an extraordinary life. When you join the Real Self-Love movement, you can instantly download the Real Self-Love Manifesto, which will remind you of who you really are and what you're capable of. The experiential exercises, guided meditations, and journaling prompts will help you really take this realization and let it take hold, so you stop doubting your ability and worthiness of a beautiful life. The second key to embrace is your gifts and your talents, the abilities that you're naturally born with. They are what make you who you really are. I remember how many times I held myself back from fully expressing myself because I thought it was bad or wrong to let my dreams and passions flow, as if they were less valuable or they weren't serious. But only you can determine what you value. By revisiting and revealing your signature strengths, your values, your virtues, and your spiritual DNA in the Real Self-Love journey, you'll come to recognize that you have a place in this world uniquely designed to fit the real you. By sharing your experiences with the group and living in your strengths daily, you'll come to realize that conforming to some externally driven image is unnatural and unnecessary. The world is waiting for you to step up and out. Now, the third key is to live in alignment with your soul's purpose, contributing meaningfully to others. And the most fulfilling way to do this is by sharing your gifts, the natural presence that you embody when you are living your truth and using your talents with passion. The Real Self-Love movement is totally free, and it includes master teaching by myself and experts that I have hand-selected, each of whom has already had a dramatic impact on my life and my ability to stay strong and focused and committed to living an epic life as my authentic self. So my gift to you is this free membership into a community of loving support. Now, there are some benefits that you gain from becoming a member: instant access to a nurturing global community for support, connection, and real love, a safe space to express your authentic self and finally be seen, heard, and accepted for who you really are, a growing library of resources which help you heal, evolve, and fully embody your authentic self. Plus, there's ongoing interaction and masterclasses with a variety of world-class transformational teachers to encourage continued growth and progress. And there's invitations to meet up with us at live events to celebrate life, deepen your experience of your real self in action, and explore new territory. So by joining us on this journey of self-exploration, self-expression, and real self-love, you can embark on a new adventure in life and totally start crafting your own epic life story. With community, support, and guided activities all along the way, you will be able to put into action the lessons of life that will allow you to become whole, fully self-express, and wholeheartedly you. So join the Real Self-Love movement. All of the details are at realself.love.